on to Dr. Sodhi, because most of the time he has always talked about 80 million farmers household, as well as he has always talked about, on one side he has talked about 80 million farmers, on other side he has talked about 1.4 billion consumers. And in that particular case, sir, we can very well see that yes, the majority of people are actually drinking milk. So sir, your question comes like that, sir, of late it has become a fashion talking bad about milk, cow and dairy. You have been a staunch supporter of dairy farmers and have always kept the interest of dairy farmers intact, and above all of your business decisions, as well as government policies. I can still recall, sir, at the time of RCEP negotiations, the way you represented farmers in front of the government. In a recent interview to Harvard, you have said that sustainability starts when stomachs are full. And I like that statement, sir. Please share your reason for saying so, and also guide how the dairy sector must face and counter these allegations of GHG emissions, cow cruelty by the developed world. It's becoming very tough now, sir. Please, sir.
Dhanyavad, Kuldeep ji, and good evening to all the participants. I'm very happy to be co-panelist, the scientist and food regulator, Dr. A.K. Srinivasa Saab, Pawan Agarwal Saab, and Baki Amto. Kuldeep ji, you have given, what question you have given me. So I like to say, you see, when you talk about your dairy or milk, one has to understand dairy or milk is a very important, but one of the biggest segment of world's biggest industry, which is food. Abhi, world food industry, actually they have different estimate. It's around 8,000 to 10,000 billion dollars and growing at the rate of 10 to 11%. And today you mentioned in the beginning 8 billion people. Another 25 years, 8 ka 9.5 billion dollar ho jayega. So food is the only industry which is not only the biggest today, but fastest growing. And also we know after 50, 100 years, it will be the biggest. And there will be no obstacle. So this industry, no industry can match. So, and it's a business. So whatever we see in the market, whatever people talk, it is purely more from business point of view, another thing. So basically in the food industry is the only industry where competition is at the both supply end. One is the production, the other is the consumption. There are competition happening among various nations, geographies, food groups, what to produce, what not to produce, how to reduce the production, what particular geography, and this. And then when you go to the consumption side also, there is competition among the various food groups, dairy, plant-based, livestock-based, poultry, millets, cereals, fruits, and all compete because thali to same hai. Consumer is going to eat 300 to 400 grams. If I have to spend 5,000 rupees, I'm going to spend 5,000. If I buy one type of protein, I not buy other. If I consume desi ghee, I will not use vegetable. So it's competition at the both ends. So one has to see what you are talking about, emission, plant-based, cruelty. Okay. These are the weapons used by various participants in the food battle to win or to make other people lose. So कोई इसको emission use कर रहा है, कोई RCEP use कर रहा है, somebody is using regulation, somebody is using WTO. So these are the basically tools used to capture either the production side or the consumption side. So overall this means. So this is the overall, you have to understand the arena of food. Why this is that? Purpose क्या है इसका? Okay. Now let us come to the main topic is what you said is sustainability and emission and thing. Without any doubt, we all agree to this universe or to this Srishti, emission is the biggest threat. And we know it is happening. We know how these rains have become havoc, the floods and other thing all over the world, how water scarcity is increasing. Okay. So now that is a fact, and we cannot say it is not there. It is there. But what has happened, like I mentioned, these are being used as a weapon against by vested interest, against where it may not be there. Dairy is definitely emission partner, and we know around 11-12% is there. So one has to see how dairy or food production and consumption can be more environment friendly. Okay, and I know dairy industry is doing a lot of things. I mean, it is not they're not doing. And besides the biogas, they are planting trees, they are conserving, how they are reducing water, how biofertilizer, energy consumption. And also when you enhance the productivity of the animal, you are also doing on sustainability. So one is there. Now you said that in the recent interview, I said, let me tell you, stomachs, that quote I gave around 8 years back, and I totally forgot. Harvard, I must have given recent interview. What happened? About 2 years back, I went to, who reminded me? Also one farmer only reminded me. 2 years back, I went for my IDF board meeting to Vancouver. And after the board meeting, the organizer took us to the one farmer's organic farm. So when I got down the car, that farmer, who was the owner, said, "Welcome, Mr. Sodhi, how are you?" I said, "Kahan hai? Ye duniya ke dusre kone mein, this farmer knows me by name." He said, "Mr. Sodhi, you may have forgotten, but we met in a seminar of cooperative in Quebec mein, about 5 years, 6 years back. And you had given one statement there, which I had not forgotten. I must have narrated it 1,000 places. So, but he said, "Do you remember?" I said, "I don't remember. Abhi main aapke yahan kuch bol raha hu. You may like some statement." So I had totally forgotten. So that fellow farmer told me, "Sir, you said in that Quebec conference that sustainability starts when stomachs are full. Sustainability starts when stomachs are full." So what I want to say is basically, when you talk about sustainability, ये वो एक बचपन में क्या अभी भी वो हाथी की हम कहानी पढ़ते ना कि 6 अंधे थे, and each fellow got one part of the elephant, and each somebody said it is like a rope. So it is sustainability is like that only. If you ask any farmer or to any worker or laborer कि भैया सस्टेनेबिलिटी क्या चीज होती है, वो पूछेगा हिंदी में क्या कहते हैं. For him, sustainability is nothing but डेली की livelihood. दिन में मुझे कितना दिहाड़ी मिलेगा, end of the day how much I earn to feed my kids and the family. For him, sustainability starts from there, ends with that. That's all. If you ask sustainability to any policy maker or political leadership, any nation, you ask this sustainability to the Sri Lanka, Pakistan, or other countries which have gone through this food crisis, for them, sustainability means food security for their population. Sustainability providing employment. Sustainability means controlling inflation. Sustainability means law and order, and sustainability means economic development. You ask sustainability to any business enterprise. किसी businessman से पूछिए, what is sustainability? He'll say, "Sir, sustainability means top line growth and bottom line. If I earn, then only I'll invest." So for him, profitability. If you ask any people who had really hijacked this word is any environmentalist, and you'll find everywhere. For them, sustainability means how to control emission, how to reduce gas, which is correct. But we are forgetting the biggest stakeholder in this, that is consumer. If you ask any consumer, when you buy any product and when you consume any food, how you define sustainability? For him or her or housewife, sustainability means getting a very pure, natural food product which is tasty at affordable price. So she can eat or she can afford and give it to children. So actually sustainability ka wo hai. But nevertheless, when you talk among all the food categories, let me tell you, dairy is such a food category which is highly sustainable. I'll now give you very that. मुझे मालूम नहीं मैंने कितना टाइम ले लिया, but I can start and finish with this question only. देखिए, लॉर्ड ब्रह्मा ने ये सृष्टि बनाई है 1,000 lakhs of years, and in this सृष्टि universe there are three things which are dependent on each other. One is God Earth, जो आप कहते हैं पूरा धरती, animals and the human beings. You will see each one is providing food to each other and each fellow is dependent on each other. देखिए, whatever we crops or agriculture we grow on this soil or earth, it is providing food, main food to the human being. Whatever is left over is given to the animal. Animal eat it, the output of her. What they give milk, they give eggs, they give meat to the human being to eat, and whatever is the dung or excretion is there, that is converted to manure, which becomes the food for the soil. And also gases are released, which is called the emission. And when this manure goes to the soil or earth or dharti, it becomes food of them, and that food is used to provide nutrition to the crops. तो आप अगर इसमें से एक चीज गायब करेंगे तो बाकी दो कैसे सर्वाइव करेंगे? So please, you have to understand. Now, in dairy industry, if you see, when I am talking, the how sustainability is, keeping in mind whatever meanings of sustainability I have explained in the previous thing. So let us talk about the how dairy is providing food security. देखिए, in India, we have got 300 million average bovine population, and 80 million people are dependent on them. And around, if the total food basket, whatever nutrients we are buying or eating, around 20 to 25% of the total nutrition requirement is coming from the milk or other products of milk. So, and also it is providing basically 1.4 billion people nutrition. आपके पास alternative क्या है? Now coming to the livelihood. Livelihood, when I said 80 million families multiplied by 5, is a 400 million people are fully or partially dependent for the livelihood. So and it is around, in India, $120 billion industry. So 120 billion, that output is taken by the 80 million families to meet their dairy requirement. They sell it to the, चाहे वो cooperative को बेचेंगे, चाहे private को बेचेंगे, and other. Plus, around more than 1 million retailers are selling dairy milk products. For them, it's a livelihood. So you can understand how dairy is providing livelihood to, beside nutrition, to millions and millions of people. Now, other is coming to sustainability or emission. Okay, dairy, when I mentioned we grow the crop cereals, whatever is left over of these produce, चाहे वो wheat हो, चाहे वो paddy हो, चाहे वो sugar corn हो, groundnut हो, vegetable हो, fruits हो, cotton हो, तो उनका जो left over हो जाता है, that is fed after the human consumption. Straw वगैरह जो भी होगा, de-oiled cake, that is fed to the animals to convert into the milk, and which is given to the 1.35 billion people. Okay, and whatever our bovine are eating the food, that is not eaten by the human being. So all the roughage, all the straw, all the extract is given. So otherwise, it will add to the environment. If animals don't eat, so it will add to the environment. Now coming to the other, you see, whatever cow dung is coming. So firstly, cow dung, we know that it is used as a manure for agriculture. एक ही से हर घर, I remember during my childhood days, हमारे गांव के बाहर हम उठा के अपना cow dung की जगह डालते थे. And every 3-4 months when new crop used to be grown, हम वो manure अपने खेत में डाल देते थे. Then also we know cow dung is also using a dung cake. उससे जो कि आपके providing the fuel to the our making our food. Then also now latest we know the biogas production, slurry से biofertilizer banana. So these are being used and so what I want to say is basically, sir, emission is the area, but it needs to be controlled, and dairy supply chain is in fact reducing the emission and also providing nutrition and sustainability and livelihood. Only thing is we have to come out with the exact narrative when these weapons are being used against dairy. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. You have made it more interesting by bringing this, the whole cycle, linked to agriculture. And I still remember you mentioned that if suppose everyone has to bank on plant, then how to grow plant without manure? So to have that kind of chemical free kind of purity, sir,